the second episode of Yours Completely. And I go by Ntozh Ngomane on the socials. This is my TV network, Yours Completely. We mentioned to you that on this show, we give hugs and we smile and laugh here and there. And our second guest for this episode is Khensani Mathetha. Khensani, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very much excited to have you into our second episode.
Same.
Siyabonga ke kakhulu. Tell us a bit about yourself. Tell our viewers which wena Ngomane and what are you here for today?
Khensani Mathetha. Usisi nje ayezalelwa eMlazi kwaQ eclinic. I spent a little bit of time in Durban, and then in '93, I think, I moved to Nelspruit to come live with my mom.
So you born in Durban?
Born in Durban.
But raised in Nelspruit?
Raised in Nelspruit. And after matric, I went back to Durban and came back to Nelspruit for my first job.
Was there any specific reason why you left Durban to Nelspruit?
I've always lived between Durban and Nelspruit. Mom was working the side. Home was still in Durban. So it was just easy. I don't know.
It was an up and down?
It was an up and down, but it was a comfortable up and down because we're so used to it. Because school holidays, we are going down to Durban anyway. When schools reopen, we're up in Nelspruit. So it wasn't a thing that we actually thought about to go see, but why do we do this, you know?
So now, I know Durban, and then there's Nelspruit, like you've just mentioned.
Yes.
The cultural clash. I know that Durban inendlela yayo yokuphila, and then there's enasport where Nazis inendlela yayo yokuphila. How has the move affected you as a person, and you, especially as a young person, as you've said, you've been moving to and fro.
Yeah.
How has that affected you as a person?
I wouldn't think negatively. I think, if anything, it has taught me how to be adaptable.
Okay.
I can adapt easily to new situations. Because, I mean, when I was living in Durban, imagine being in Durban, Namazulu, Hlabangane. Let's start there. That's a problem on its own, right? And Mlazi, so Khensani, abayazi meaning yawo. So ngobengu Kentucky born.
Oh, bo Kentucky.
Kentucky born, and nje igama lami. What helped people understand my name in Durban was when there was a Khensani Morocco on Generations. Then suddenly it is a name that they're familiar with.
So they can easily pronounce it as well.
Exactly.
So now, your name is Khensani. Are you Shangani?
My father is. My mom is Mbuso. And as the way izinto zenzeka khona ngesintu, mungahlawulanga.
You take another surname.
Ihlala kumalume, isebenzisa isibongo sakumalume. So ngoKhensani Mzulu.
So you mentioned that the transition of you being in Durban and Lina Sport has taught you to adapt.
Yeah.
What is it that you do currently?
Right now, I work in facilities management. So I won't mention the company name.
Okay.
But I love what I do. And interestingly enough, this is not where I thought I would find myself.
Is it?
Yeah. I come from years and years and years of working in events. I think maybe 12, 13 years in total.
So you're more vested in media?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, listen, in creating events, yes.
Creating events. Yes. So you're more or less the brain behind the events that you would normally do back in the days?
Behind the scenes, making sure that everything comes together and you present a beautiful production to people.
Now, tapping into, you mentioned events, we want to talk about life after 40 and then revisiting the streets. How would you describe your life currently, especially your social life?
My social life has changed.
Okay.
It has changed. The people that knew me prior to 2010 will tell you a completely different story about me, because I used to be the party starter.
Wow.
I used to be the life of the party. People were coming to come Friday, people are calling me to find out, oh, what are we doing this weekend?
Siapi. And you'd always know the line.
And we would just make things happen because it was just a vibe. It wasn't just me, it was me and the circle, you know, the crew. We just had that thing of
so you were the life of the party. Now you are over 40.
41. I will not stop.
You will not stop.
I will not stop.
With the narrative that we see on the socials.
We just do it differently now. We do it differently now. By 10 o'clock, I just prefer to be at home.
What is different groove to you? What
let's meet up during the day.
Okay.
And let's keep it a bit clean. You know, it's not cute to be drinking until the morning. Hangovers take longer to cure. You just cannot be doing that. We cannot be drinking and driving until odd hours of the morning. We cannot be seen living
in
this
certain
place to go.
Now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopping from one place to another.
Especially if you're 40. I'm a 2K avugile. They're everywhere.
Up and running.
So you can't go to endaweni manje. Go velo ube antu akhona manje umdala. And the thing is, if you're a certain age and you still frequent those places, you end up being a little bit judgy because umdala, while you still enjoy the music and the groove and being out there, now you'll be like, oh, but no.
Ufuna kuda at the time.
Exactly.
At the time,
but you just can't help yourself. You look and you're like, but who are we?
What has been your highlight growing up in Aspoti? Remember, you mentioned that you're from Durban.
Yeah.
But what has been paramount to you?
I love Ntozh. I'm here on purpose.
I love that.
So in 2011, I moved from Ntozh to Durban. I was changing careers, trying to see what else could be out there for me. So I was in Durban from 2011 July, and I came back in 2022. Right. When I was in Durban, I knew that if I want to make certain changes in my life, I want to make them while I'm in Nelspruit. I find Nelspruit the most beautiful town
ever
in the country, and I've been to a couple of places, so I've seen what's out there. This is one of the most beautiful places that anyone could live in.
So you mentioned that you were in events.
Yeah.
What stopped? Why did you stop? Or are you still there?
No, I'm not. I'll tell you what stopped. I used to work for Izaphenduka Promotions back in the day. And I left because, one, I wanted to see if there was events in a bigger scale in Durban, right? And when I got there for the first year,
things were a bit shallow.
It didn't really, it was a bit shaky. And in 2013, I started working for this company called Big Show Live. And we ended up doing one of Durban's biggest events. Now, it wasn't big to black people. It was big to the other race. But we were pulling crowds of 13,000 plus.
Is it?
On the beach. So it was a biannual event. It was called Aquafest Beach Festival. Besides other smaller events and lifestyle events that we were doing, that event on its own
drew so much attention.
It drew so much attention. It was, for me, it was one of my highlights because I had never been part of a team that pulls that kind of production together.
You sound so passionate about it. Even the look on your face tells me we are Tanzalo. Would you go back if the opportunity presented itself?
I think I would, but not large-scale events, not festivals anymore. I would love to do a nice lifestyle event. Yeah, but like a nice, cute lifestyle event in Nelspruit, you know.
Something for the grown-ups.
Yeah, something for... Yes.
Without the streets. Without
the streets, like nice grown-up fun.
You know, when we talk about the street, your face just lights up. When we talk about the street.
I love groove. I'm not going to lie. I love groove. But now, obviously, the idea of groove has changed. Now, Hlabangane, and we do Poike Sundays with the gents. We bring your drinks, I bring my drinks. We chill together. Besides talking smack to each other, like a real, there's a sense of like a small community there, you know. These are people that have become go-to for certain things, you know. If I run into some sort of trouble, now I've got these people that I know what
has been your worst experience in driving? What has been that worst thing that it has ever probably happened to you, or something you've seen happening, Lapa? That would say, I'm gonna lie, draw the line.
I'm trying to find the words that are not vulgar. So, we can speak in Zulu, I can just throw it in there. I don't know if they still do that. But I remember that it was one of the reasons that I got a vehicle when I did back then. You know, you'd be sitting nicely in Daweni, and you know, Nelspruit didn't have like e-hailing or Mitv taxis readily available like that. So when you would groove, you essentially nabantu lapha bathi, don't worry, I'll give you a lift home. Ngitokap. Ni relax. Ama sefane kufika isikhathi ukuthi nikhashwe, sefane kuyolanda amajakhethi, fane siyokhanyisa endlini. I hated that so much.
And he's giving you a ride.
I hated that so much. I hated it so much because manje sesiyafika lapha, manje sesikancengwana, sefokhona sengiyakhala.
Ngicela Khensani.
Ngicela ungihambise ekhaya phela. Indaba yokulanda amajakhethi Nkosi yami.
Owakulanza jacket. Nguwe le jacket. You become the jacket.
Yabona nje isicefe. Ne? Beyisicefe. Bekuyisicefe. I found a way for my mother to help me buy a car at that time because I knew I don't want to experience this ever again. You
know, you've spoken so much about yourself and your experiences as well. Do you have siblings?
I do. So my siblings dynamic is, it's not unique to me, but I find it very special.
Okay.
So I've got, from my mom's side, my mom has 3 children. I'm the middle child, the mediator of the family.
Of everything.
The one that, yes. So my mom has 3 kids. I've got an older sister and a younger brother. But I also have 4 other siblings on my dad's side, which is an older sister and older brother. Then there's me, another brother that we're almost the same age.
Okay.
And a brother that is, I think, a year or 2 younger than us.
And how's the relationship?
Beautiful. You know, COVID, yes, Moshela, we had such a great thing that was going on. Like, we used to be intentional about spending time together. But my father did pass away quite some time ago. But the one great thing that he did was give me siblings. You know, as the story, what happened, or who was the but we just found a ways for us to connect, and those are my day ones.
There's a lot of things that are happening on the socials. Especially, we see that young women are transitioning spiritually. Some of them, they do a whole lot of things. And we see them happening. What is your take when it comes to spirituality? Are we in a space, or are we in an era where we need to judge, we need to confirm, or we just need to let things be?
I'd say that people must just choose what works for them, honestly, because when we have opinions about what people choose to believe in, we end up judging them.
Okay.
And angeke siphikisane, because if ngithi mina I'm strictly Christian, I don't believe in ancestors, I don't practice this, I don't practice that. Omonye, I practice it.
And then you've got an opinion.
And then I have got an opinion. Usually it doesn't end well. But I grew up in the church Anglican, through and through. And ziningi izinto that I was oblivious to. And it took certain experiences in life to lead me with direction ukuthi ake ngibheke ngala indaba yedlozi. And even though I'm not well versed in how it works entirely, but I know ukuthi idlozi likhona. And mina liyangisebenzela. I pray, ngiyakwazi ukubalance mina. Khona umunye wathi engengamuzwa athi you can't do both. Lightness and darkness cannot coexist, or ziningi izinto abayisho, especially on the socials. I try not to pay too much attention to it, because angifuni into ezongiconfuse. Ngenza into that works and has balanced my life for me, which is uNkulunkulu nedlozi. And ngiyakwazi mina ukuhlanganisa, abanye abantu basakuhlangana kwami kuyahlangana.
And has kwakho okuhlanganayo been what you've been practicing at home, or is it something that wena lo decide ukutendela yona while so khulile?
It was. So thina sikhule ngenye indlela. It is born, grew up in the 90s. We had the privilege of going to nice schools. And lento leyo we were not exposed to it. Biyenziwa khona lokuthi manginomcimbi ubona umalume ekhona eshisa impepho ekhuluma nedlozi nanani, but we were not really paying attention to it because but it has nothing to do with me. Oh my gosh, what are they doing?
Always that, oh my gosh.
Yeah, bayikhona leyo nto leyo kuthiwa senze inkukhu ubani uyahamba uyaphesheya afanele ukuthi simcelele ukuthi ahambe kahle. Hayi so wenza inkukhu netiye encane thangulala inkukhu nje yabona nje itelani yabo engivele ngibona ukuthi angihlangene nayo inkukhu leyo izohlatshwa iphekwe ngayidli because but okunye nokunye as ukhula khona into impilo yakho izokudirector la kufanele uye khona. uNkulunkulu balekile kumina ayikho. In fact, idlozi lami exist ngaphandle kaNkulunkulu, because in my head I believe ukuthi uNkulunkulu uphi lami amandla ukuthi lingisebenzele.
Okay. So now you mentioned something when you explained that they need to strike a balance. To you, there's something that needs to strike a balance. What is it that you feel has been your anchor? Has it been idlozi lakho, or it hasn't been God?
uNkulunkulu. uNkulunkulu. Angazi ukuthi ngibe kanjani ngamagama that makes sense, because kuba ngiyayizwa mina. I think even now I'm almost getting emotional, but
we give it
I would.
Yeah,
but uNkulunkulu, my anchor is God. uNkulunkulu, because lo kunye kumina ku-exista uNkulunkulu uqala ukuze. Because you know how we speak about angels? Abadlozi mina, they're my angels. And to me, they are God sent. That's why it works hand in hand for me. Because ngiyathanda uNkulunkulu ukuthi ngicela uphidlozi. Uthokhokho bami nomkhulu bami amandla ukuthi bangivikele. Yes.
I see you getting so emotional right now. Is there an incident that is popping in your head that tells you or that reminds you that God has been there all along for you?
Oh.
That one specific incident.
Yeah. I think I phoned Ngobile that day and I told her on the phone. So when I came back to Nelspruit from Durban, right, I came back for a great work opportunity, or what looked like a great work opportunity at that time. Ngafika, ngaqala ngayosebenza khona. Okay, first day I was like, okay, this is odd. Because when I got here, I found that the position that I was offered had just been recently filled. And I didn't understand, so why am I here?
Told you to come
yes, you know, because now I'm here. So, I understand, but there was a misunderstanding between me and the employer, and I ended up just saying, you know what, I'm choosing myself because I'm not going to let
this get to me.
Raise my blood pressure.
Because your blood pressure had already risen.
You know? So I left that job. When I left it, I had the belief things will work out because I did not have a plan B at that time. All right. So plan B it did not come as quickly as I hoped it would. Challenging year. You know, I think before that, I used to loosely throw around the words, I'm so depressed. You know,
you were literally manifesting it.
I didn't know what being depressed was.
Up until you experienced it.
Until I experienced it. And
how was it?
I was ready to go. I was done with life. And that is, 2022. So it's 3 years ago. I was done with life. Done. I was ready. You know, so I think, let's just put it out there, don't throw the words that you're depressed around as if I'm going to do your glala because the day yakubamba. Yeah.
I normally read on people's posts.
Yeah.
At times I read on magazines. On the socials, you get to see when people start explaining how depression feels like. One would say it's a very dark place to be. How dark is it? How dark was it?
I don't think anyone can actually put it into words because I think we'd all experienced depression differently because I could harm myself, but I was pretty much close to it. Okay, I think
it's the anchor.
Yeah, it's the anchor. I'll take it back to God. Nah, you're not done.
It wasn't done.
You know, yeah. You know, because I planned, but I knew in my head that going home was not the solution for me. And mind you, home is nice. So I could have easily gone home and my mother would have taken care of me and paid all of my bills. And then what? You know?
What happens after that?
And yes. So I'm going to say, no. I'm going to stay here. I made a choice. I'm leaving that job. I'm moving to Nelspruit and Ngiyohlala khona. And no one was going to tell me otherwise.
You know, in this whole conversation that we're having, I am picking up that one thing that you love Nelspruit.
I love Nelspruit.
You love Nelspruit very much. And you also mentioned that you and your siblings had the privilege of going to very good schools. What have you studied, Eskoleni?
Sure, a lot.
You're well articulated.
A lot, but I was a marketing student. Did I graduate?
Okay, deal.
wait to see in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. But yeah, I did marketing with IMM. Challenging.
Very. Was it?
Challenging. IMM is challenging. You think you know things until you do IMM, my dear. And I also did digital marketing at some point. Recently just completed project management. So yeah. Yeah.
So you're more into marketing. That hence your interest in events.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, because this is you know, some courses that people have access to now, and one of the hardest things that we had to deal with was convincing our parents that certain courses made sense. Because Tina, uyofundela teaching, uyofundela
you had to do those courses that would enable you to get a job immediately. And because I actually wanted to go into journalism, and my mother said that I've never met a journalist that had money. What that statement alone just meant I'm not going to pay for that, because I'm not even sure if you're gonna be employable after you're done. Yeah. You spoke about your cousins, your siblings, your brothers, your extended family, and your mother. Do you have children? Do you?
I do not have children on earth. I've got one in heaven.
Really? And how has it been like for you as a mother and trying to digest all of that, not having
I actually don't even consider myself a mom, if we're going to be honest, because it wasn't a child that was birthed. It was miscarried. Yeah. I think I don't want to have children anyway.
You didn't want to have children?
No.
Why?
I'm not a mom.
To what extent?
I know.
Do you still want to revisit there? Or you see yourself as a permanent resident? The streets?
No, definitely not a permanent resident in the streets. But I know that I'm just not a kid's person. I love them from far.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love them from far?
Yeah.
Now let's talk life and balancing. Are you married?
I am not married.
You are not married?
I'm not married. Yet.
I can see it in your eyes.
No, I'm not married. Do I want to get married? Honestly, I'm not sure. Why? Because abantu abashadile have not been great examples of marriage, honestly. I know that good marriages are corner out there. Good men exist. I know all of that. But just the institution of marriage has not been portrayed in the light that is very inspiring for some of us.
Are you saying that based on a personal experience?
I mean, we've got relatives, we've got aunts, friends that have been married and unmarried. And
only that?
Yeah.
That has changed your mentality when it comes to marriage and children?
Yeah.
How's your relationship?
Because married men are very much single out there.
Okay.
They're married in theory.
In theory.
The actions say, hey, I'm single and available.
So that's why you wouldn't want to
I don't want to generalize. I won't say all of them. Say most of them, not even just some, most of them. They don't inspire me to want that.
How's your relationship with your mother now?
We have a great relationship.
I know she's been supportive. You mentioned something to say, my mom would step in and take care of my parents.
Yeah.
How is she? If you were to describe your mother, how is she?
My mom, very intelligent woman, let's start there. Very smart. My mom is a provider. Imbogodo. And I'm fun ukuba nje imbogodo mina. Imbogodo ma You know, she's very much a provider. I mean, I think all of us in our big ages, because between me and my siblings, none of us are younger than 30. Spadala. And she still does stuff for us.
Steps in.
She still does. I think if we had to call her tomorrow and say that, listen, we don't have money. We don't have rent money. She will make a plan. At our big ages. And I'm 41.
And you're 41.
Yeah, she still buys us clothes. She still buys us clothes.
No, that's a blessing.
She still does. You know, like,
so for the young woman or any other woman or anyone who's watching our show right now, what would you have to say to them now? What is it that you want them to carry with them?
Choose yourself always. Okay. Be kind to yourself. Even when you think you made the worst mistake, always be kind to yourself. Careers are great, but always remember that to the company or corporate, whatever, you're just a number. And I learned all of those from my manager, actually. Make sure that you're happy and you're content with self before trying to make others happy. You know, and last and not least, love. Don't be afraid to love, even if it ends
in
love again, and continue loving.
Love and continue loving.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. Our second episode has come to an end. We got to know Khensani, who gave us a glimpse on her life and her past experiences as well. A beautiful thank you to Eldorado Villa for allowing us to utilize their premises in shooting our second episode of Yours Completely. Follow me on the socials as Ntozh Ngomane on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my TV network. From me and the rest of the team is God bless.
Come alive, it's not mine to live, just mine to uplift, cause the world do shifts when she starts to drift. Yours completely with stories unfold, where real ones get real, and every word told is truly just gold. Yours completely.